Your new book, Wildflower, tells the story of your life in a series of essays. Why did you decide to write this book, and why now at this moment in your life?
Well, I like the way that you worded it, a series of essays, and I like to picture it like a shuffled card deck, like each story is one, and so there's no chronology, and I don't think we think about our lives in a chronological order. We might have lived them that way, but that isn't how it feels, and it isn't how our memories work. And so I always wanted to write. I think that really was the catalyst. I wondered if I could. I was never brave enough before. Maybe I didn't have to say what I could say now with objectivity and humor and a perspective that I have at 40. And it's certainly not the last perspective I'll have, but it's a nice, mid, hopefully, stop on the way. I don't know, who knows how long I'll live, but, I just felt compelled, and I had a lot to say to my daughters, and I think without realizing it, I was writing a lot of it as a love letter to them.
You said that you didn't feel brave enough before to write this. What made you feel brave enough right now?
I think having my daughters, I think they've just changed who I am in so many ways. I'm still me, but I have a new perspective on everything. And so having a new perspective on my life made it so much more fun to think about it in a different, with different eyes and a different, viewpoint and different feelings. And I also think it's interesting as an exercise simply to think back and think about what are these poignant moments. And they could be very innocuous, or they could be a lot more powerful than you realized, or more formative than you realized, or that affected you more, or that was just fun and silly. Let's keep it light and tell something, that was more ridiculous and humorous, but maybe comes together at the end as something sweet.
You talked about in the book that it was important for you to start your beauty company, important for you to start something outside of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Because it's a more normal lifestyle. You get to wake up with your kids and be with them on certain days and work from home, or then it's fun to get away for 2 days as a traveling salesman and go take a business meeting in Minneapolis. You're like, okay, bye, I gotta go, I'll be right back. And work is fun, and these are good messages to bestow on your children. And I like that if I do have to also go outside the house to work in a day, I can still do the wake-ups and the dropping off at school and then go do some work and then be home for dinner and put them to bed. And that is the kind of life I want with my kids. And for me, in my experience, sometimes film, the hours are not as conducive to that. So you just make choices, and I get in trouble for saying you have to make choices here and you have to make choices there, and therefore you may not get to do everything you want, but it's everything you want at the same time. I think you can do everything you want, but you will have to shift things around, and not everything's going to get your best if you're trying to do everything too. It just doesn't work that way. So you just have to be organized about it, even though it never feels organized. It always feels like a total mess, but you're just doing your best and trying to figure it all out along the way.